Okay, we are now live. Okay, who all are here? I'm just gonna wait for a few seconds to see who all are shown up, and we'll get started as soon as a bunch of you show up. So I'm looking for maybe about 5 odd people to show up, and it's going to be very okay. I see 3 people are here. Who all are here? Give me write your names. Okay, and where are you from? Go ahead and write your name and where are you from? I'm going to do it this way if it's better. Tell me if this is... okay. Alright, I guess I have to do it this way. It's okay if it's vertical, the information is more important. Okay, so you write your names and where you're from. Vishwa Kumar, India. Okay. Praveen from Andhra Pradesh. Ganesh from Hubli. Deepa, hi. Tawa, hi. Where are you guys from? Deepa and Tawa. Go ahead and type real quick. Okay, alright, okay. So thank you guys for sharing. Alright, Deepa from Chennai. Very nice. So nice to meet you all. Thank you all so much for joining the Secret Coaching Group. And so today we start our first session, and so it's a secret group, so all the stuff that you guys get will be exclusive, and very, very important that you guys take this information and really apply it. So my job is to give you the best of my abilities, and your job is to meet me 100% and take from there. So if you're ready to take your life to the next level and actually take the stuff that I'm teaching you today, type in the comments, I am ready. Quickly go ahead and type in the comments, I am ready. I am ready. Really quick. Okay, I don't see anyone commenting though. I don't know if this is working. Oh, okay, there you go. I am ready. Okay, yay. Awesome, good. Okay, so 2018 is around the corner. Okay, and so you guys and myself have a brand new slate to start writing our own story in there, and we all have the absolute power to create whatever we want to create, as long as we're committed to creating that and we're taking daily committed actions towards that, and we're priming our mindset to actually believing that it's possible. So today what we're going to learn about is, just for the next maybe 25-30 minutes, is something that's very important when it comes to success and whatever you're trying to be successful in. Whether you're trying to be successful in your relationships or your health, whether that's mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, any health, okay? Or you're trying to be successful in your business, your career, your money, your anything. What's super important that you guys must understand is something called as success habits. Okay, so I want you to take out a sheet of paper, and we're going to dive into what are the habits that you guys need to inculcate into your everyday life. They're not too complicated, but they are habits that will give you certain results, and it's guaranteed. So if you know, all results is a result of habits. If you build good positive habits, you will get good positive results. It's a law. It's not a belief, it's a law, it's a fact. So go ahead, take out a sheet of paper and take with you a notebook, and just write the title of your sheet as Daily Positive Habits. So go ahead and do that, and once you're done, write in the comments, I am done. So write the title as Daily Positive Habits, and then once you're done writing the title, go ahead and write in the comments, I am done, and I'll wait for you guys, okay, so that I know you guys are all on track with me. Okay, I am done. Done. Okay, who else is done? Vishwa is done. Who else is done? Okay, Tawa is done. I think there are 2 or 3 more people here with us. So Praveen, are you done? Deepa? Positive habits. Daily positive habits. Okay, very good. Deepa's also done. Okay, Praveen, I'm assuming you're also done. Okay, Kasturi is also done. Praveen is done. Good. Okay. Now, you're basically going to write on each line a particular alphabet. Okay, so let's say you have lines like this, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines on your sheet of paper, or whether if it's a sheet of paper that has no lines, it's okay. You're just going to write vertically. You're going to write the alphabets S. Okay, S. And then right below S, you're going to write A. Below A, you're going to write V. Below V, you're going to write E. Below E, you're going to write R. And below R, you're going to write S. So it vertically spells out SAVERS. 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 How many of you got that? If you got SAVERS, go ahead and type in the group, in the chat, SAVERS. So I know you got it. You're just going to write it vertically. So these are the lines of your notebook. SAVERS. We're going to expand it in a bit, but just go ahead and write SAVERS, and I'll explain what this means in 5 seconds. It's okay if you're confused right now. What is she talking about? But yes, good. Tava got it. SAVERS. Who else wrote down SAVERS? Very good. Okay. All right. SAVERS. Now, like I explained to you a few seconds ago, if you want to be successful, which I know you guys want to because you all are dedicated, you've shown up, you've got to have daily habits which over time create certain results. Anything that you do over and over again will rewire your brain and create habits which will give you a certain result. And so one of the habits we are going to start inculcating is basically what I told you right now. SAVERS. So let's start with S. Okay, what does S stand for? So SAVERS is what you're going to be doing every day, and let's take it as a challenge to do this every day for the next 7 days. Okay, so this is your basic homework. Your second assignment is for the next 7 days you're going to do this stuff. Now I'll tell you what is the first thing you need to do, which is the S. The S, okay, so by the way, SAVERS is a very common thing. We've all learned it in personal development. In case you haven't, then great. If you have, you've got to still do it. S stands for silence. S stands for silence. So if you guys heard what I just said, go ahead and type in the group S equals to silence. Quickly type it so I know you're following. S equals silence. So I'm just going to wait till I see you guys have written that in the group chat. S equals to silence. So quickly write it in your notebook and then write it in the group. S equals silence. Perfect. Okay. All right. Now, what does silence mean? What does it mean to be silent every day? So usually the things that we talk about when it comes to practicing silence every day is, as you would have guessed, some form of meditation, something that is making you connect to the higher intelligence in this universe. That is what we are just calling as this term silence. So that could be some sort of daily meditation. It could be mindfulness meditation, or you're just doing conscious breathing, or you're doing anulom vilom, something that is going to quieten your mind. Every single day you have to do something to quieten your mind. Okay. It also includes things like gratitude. Or certain other meditations that you may like to do. So anything that connects you to the divine intelligence or life or nature or whatever you want to call it, you have to do this every single day. Okay, so did you guys understand what it means by saying silence? If you understood, go ahead and say I like the letter I in the group chat. If you understood, go ahead and write I. Silence means anything that puts me in a state of connection and quietude. It could be gratitude, it could be meditation, it could be mindfulness, it could be anulom vilom, pranayama, anything that puts you in a state of silence. If you understood it, go ahead and type I. Okay, very good. Vishwa understood it. Who else understood it? Very good. Tava understood it. Very good. Praveen understood it. Okay. All right. Devansh, Kasturi, all of you got it. Good. Deepa also got it. Now, the next one, A, stands for affirmations. Okay, so go ahead and write that in your notebook. A stands for affirmations. Affirmations, as you already know, is a way of programming your subconscious mind to start creating a certain reality. So if you tell your mind, I am super confident, I am confident, I am confident, I am confident, if you keep telling it over and over again, and you actually feel that every time you say I am confident and you feel I am confident, your mind eventually over time will start believing what you're saying, and you will start creating the results of feeling confident. This is not woo-foo science. This is literally neuroplasticity. It's how your brain is designed. So daily affirmations is another way of experiencing the success that you want. So let's say you want, let's just look at finances. Okay, let's look at finances. If your goal is to make X amount of money in a day, in a year, your affirmation would be something like, I am so happy and grateful now that I have reached my financial goals so easily and so quickly. So every time you say this, every single day, I am so happy and grateful now that I reached my financial goals so easy and so quickly. Every time you do this, you're creating, it's like you're reprogramming your mind to see reality completely differently. So every single day, if you affirm to yourself, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm at my ideal weight. I am so happy and grateful now that I feel connected with the universe all the time. I am so happy and grateful now that I have amazing friends in my life. As long as you can create emotion plus affirmation, you will create results. This is again fact, not belief. Okay, so always write your affirmation like as though it's already happened. So you would say, I am so happy and grateful now that I have, $100,000 in my bank account, or I have these great friends, or I have this ideal weight, or whatever it is, or I am super peaceful and happy, or that I enjoy life, or I am fearless, or I'm confident. Whatever you're trying to create for yourself, you're going to trick your brain into believing it. It's also called as method acting, okay, where you kind of believe in something and then you become the very thing that you believe. This is fact, not belief. Okay, who all understood affirmations? Go ahead and say I. If you have a question, you can ask me. But if you understood what affirmations mean, daily affirmations, go ahead and say I. Quickly. Must be up. Remember, daily affirmations is something that you would read with emotion. If you have no emotion, this is not going to work. You have to emote in order for your brain to create those connections. Okay, good. Daily affirmations you can do in a way that you can print them out and post it right next to your mirror wall. So when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, you're reading through it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am this internationally renowned musician or whatever. And when you're before you go to bed, when you're brushing your teeth, again you will think, you'll read through the whole thing again. Okay, so every single day, if you do this, you will notice changes happening immediately. Okay, outside world is a reflection of the inside world. This is a quantum truth. All right, the next one. Okay, yes, go ahead and ask me a question, Deepa. Deepa has a question about affirmations, so we shall wait for Deepa's question. If anybody else also has, okay, so it takes a little bit of time for your question to pop up on my screen. So I'll answer it as soon as it pops up, but for now I'm going to continue, okay? But once I see the question, I'll answer it. Okay, we are going to go into the next part of SAVERS, which is the we, okay? We stands for visualization, something we've all heard of 1,000 times, but some of us do it, some of us kind of do it. Okay, so go ahead and write in your notebook, we standing for visualization. Quickly write it down. Yes, okay, so Deepa has given us a really good question, which says, it's not true. I'm just writing it down, okay? Okay, so Deepa has asked a question that says, every time I read out this affirmation, something in me says it's not true. How do I stop this negativity? So one thing you've got to understand, Deepa, is it's not actually negativity. There's a part of your brain this is natural, it's kind of like a skeptic. And it's a skeptic because it's a protective mechanism or a survival mechanism of the brain to be skeptical of certain things. Okay? So that is one. The second thing is when you're trying to affirm something that is so far beyond your actual reality or your perception of reality, it's quite natural for your brain to actually say it's not true. But studies have shown that if you continue, even if you think it's not true, okay, if you continue affirming with emotion and with that mental image of what it looks like for you to have already achieved it, keep doing it every day. Even if the part of you is saying it's not true, just keep consistently doing it. Eventually the inner reality would become louder than your external reality. The day your inner reality becomes louder and more prominent than your external reality, that part of your brain that said it's not true will begin to get tricked and will start thinking it's true. That is one way you can do this. The other way is break down why do you believe it's not true until you're able to prove yourself wrong, or at least until you're able to open to the possibility of it being true. So that means you would write down, okay, why do I believe this is not true for me? And then you will get certain answers and you say, okay, what can I do of my own ability to be open to the possibility of it being true at some point? Okay, good. All right. Okay, good. Okay, so next one is V. V stands for visualization. How many of you have written this down in your notebook? Go ahead and write I. Okay, if you wrote down visualization in your notebook, go ahead and say I. I'm waiting. Okay, all right, good. Okay, perfect. Visualization. Okay, this is something we all know about, but at the same time, we don't know enough about it. Okay, so visualization, as you already know, is you see yourself achieving whatever you want to achieve. But if you do this without emotion, it's not going to work. So when you're just sitting and thinking about, oh yeah, okay, I see myself achieving that award, or I see myself getting that certification, or I see myself doing this, but there is no emotion or vibration of you being in that state, it's not going to work. So one thing that's important is, this is what I like to do, is I sit down like this. Okay, and I'll tell you my vision very clearly because we are a family and I'd like to share my personal goals with you. I sit down like this and I close my eyes, and in my head I convince myself that I'm sitting on this chair in front of a desk in my home office in Switzerland. Okay, so I get into it physically. So I see myself sitting here in the desk, and this is my home office in Switzerland, and I don't get up physically, but I see myself mentally getting up and I walk around and I'm giving a tour to a camera guy. Okay, I'm just giving you an example of how I do this. So I imagine that there's this guy with a camera who's basically like documenting my life, and I'm looking at the camera and I'm walking in and I'm showing him the different rooms of my house in Switzerland. So I'm showing him this, my home office. I'm showing him a room which has a bunch of employees who are working on their computers, marketing and all these different heads, they're all there. I also show him my guest room. I go down and I show him my studio. I show him my fireplace. I show him the rug on the floor. I show him my video recording studio, and I even go out and I show him my the stuff and the scenery and all of that stuff. So for me, in my head, I'm actually moving through that exact experience. So just like I would have told you right now, you might be imagining the same thing when I'm telling you that I'm walking out of onto my driveway and I'm seeing these dunes or these like grass hills, because Switzerland is filled with these grassy hills. And you see a certain house and the chimney is having this fumes coming out of it, right? As I'm saying this, you're picturing it in your head. And so what I do is I am literally experiencing the moment, walking him through the whole thing, and I can feel that wooden floor under me. I can see my feet as I'm walking. So it brings the emotion of it being real. And if you do this every single day, eventually it will become real, because quantum mechanics has taught us right now at this point that what we know as atoms no longer, it's completely different. Our quarks are going in and out of existence. That means that reality is being created by thought. All of this is coming to is becoming more and more real in our world. So don't ever doubt for a moment that your thoughts don't create reality. In fact, it's not your thoughts that create reality, it's your emotions. Okay, so how many people understood how to do visualization? Go ahead and type I. Okay, how many people understood it? Type I. If you have a question, you can type the question in as well. Okay. Did you understand? I don't know if I'm here seeing it. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, good. Now we're going to go to E, all right? E is exercise. Exercise, physical exercise is part of a success habit. What that means is if you're going to live a healthy lifestyle, then you don't have, so it's, okay, to make it easier to understand. Let's say your goal is to become a world famous dancer, okay? I'll answer your question in a bit, okay? So let's say your goal is to be a world famous dancer, but you have health problems. So now when you step up on stage, you're worried about your health. When you're practicing for a show, you're worried about your health. When you have other things to do, you're worried about your health. So if you want to be successful, the very first thing, or one of the integral things you need to do, is take care of your health. Because if you treat your body well, your body will treat you well. So you don't want to be in your suit and tie going up for a meeting and then having a heart attack, right? That's not success at all. So it's very important that every day you do some form of an exercise. It could be just jumping jacks for some time, or it could be lifting weights, or yoga, or kinesthetics, or what is it, Zumba, whatever. Do whatever you need to, but every day you must do exercise. This is something, if you want to be successful, you can't let your brain trick you out of this one. It's very important to exercise, okay? How many of you understood exercise? Go ahead and type Y. Y for the Yeti. Okay. I will answer Deepa's question after everyone says Y. Okay, so if you understood what it means to do daily exercise, go ahead and type Y. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to write out. Okay, all right. Good. So a bunch of questions have come in regarding visualization. So how specific should these visualizations be? Very specific. Very, 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 very specific. See it as though it's happening right now. Feel it as though it's happening right now. See all the details, hear the sounds, see the colors. And if you are, if you are looking to achieve something, see yourself achieving it, hear the audience clapping. Specific, very specific. What if I have difficulty in visualizing? Practice, one. Second is keep it easy. So one thing I do, which I might show you guys if I can find it. Give me a second. Let me try to find if I have it. I have 1,000 books on these things here, but okay, they should be here somewhere. Okay, I found it. Okay. So one thing I do which helps in visualizing is basically okay, I draw it out. Okay, so that's my house in Switzerland. That's exactly how I'm looking at it. And this is another vision about my vision of being a conscious musician, very known conscious musician. So I draw this out. So I have a visual representation of what it looks like when I'm visualizing. Another thing you can do is you can draw an exact situation. So this is a drawing of me. That's me on the stage. That's a bunch of audience and the love that they're giving. And this is my band, and I've kind of, and the monitors and the security guards, and I've drawn everything. So when I am visualizing, I have the image ready for me to remember it. So that's one thing that you can do. Try to, one is practice, second is draw it out, so when you're visualizing, it's easier for you to pull up the images, but practice. Okay, I hope that answered your question. What is the other question? Okay, one second, Devansh. Let me just figure this out for a second. Should I necessarily name everything or label? No, I mean, you don't need to go that in specific, but as long as you can feel it being real for you, you will tune into that reality. Just believe me when I say this, okay? Devansh, about exercising, just exercise every single day. Whatever exercise you can get, exercise. Move your body, move the energy. There is a lot of, even in ancient Indian traditions, they believe that every, if you sit still, there's a layer of energy that kind of gets deposited in your body, which could be a layer of sadness, upset, anxiety. When you get up and move your body, whether you're dancing or you're exercising or doing yoga, you dissipate that energy. So very important, exercise. Okay, let's move on to the last two and then we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap our session up as soon as possible. The next one is R. R stands for reading. Reading, daily reading. You know how they say Fortune 500 company heads, CEOs, these guys read like even Oprah Winfrey, she reads like a book a week. Why is it important to read? When I'm talking about read, I'm not telling you to read Nancy Drew novels or something. I am telling you to read books on personal development, things that will help you develop yourself, or books on whichever field that you want to develop in. So let's say you want to develop as an IAS officer. Okay, let's say that's your goal. When you're going to dedicate reading something every single day to in your field of expertise. So let's say you want to be an incredible businessman. Every single day you're going to dedicate time to read something about your field. So the way that, or something about developing yourself, personally. So the reason why we say this is because all results is because of habit. Okay, so let's say you take 10 minutes a day to read a chapter on your field of expertise. That is 70 minutes a week. Okay, now calculate that for a month, and then calculate that for 3 months, and calculate that for 6 months, calculate that for a year. If you do that for a year, 5 years down the line, you would be an expert in your field. If you do this every single day for 5 years, you'll be an expert in your field. And if you're an expert in your field, you will get paid for your content. Okay, so reading is very important. Read personal development books or spiritual books, and read stuff which is going to make you go further in whatever career or you're trying to achieve. So let's say you're trying to achieve weight loss, or you're trying to achieve peace of mind. Whatever you're trying to achieve, you're going to read about it every single day. Okay, who all understood reading? Go ahead and type M. Type M. M for monkey. Type M in the comments. Real quick, type M. So you're reading books on personal development. I've got 1,000 of them. This is actually the smallest library of mine. If you go out of this room, there are 2 other libraries that I have, and there are 1,000 books. Okay, on personal development or the field you're studying. Remember, reading is very important. Okay. The next thing, the last thing, okay, the last one from the SAVERS list, S stands for scribing. Now, what does scribing mean? Scribing is spelled as S-C-R-I-B-I-N-G, scribing. Scribing means to write, okay? What does that mean? Successful people, these guys always have a little notebook with them. I have 3. Okay, show you. I have 3 of them. Scribing is when you write out ideas that come to your mind, or you write out your goals and your dreams, or you write out your agenda for the day, but you write it down. It gives you a lot of clarity. What that means, I'll give you a little example. So let's say I've finished, my meditation, my visualization, affirmations, I've done a little exercise, I've read a chapter, I've done all of this stuff. And you have to wake up slightly earlier on in the day for you to actually accomplish all of these things. But let's say I finished all of this. I will take a notebook and I will write out my goals for that day. Or I will write out any ideas that come to me. So let's say for me personally, I have a YouTube channel. Okay, and I may have an idea that came up to me in the moment. I would write out my idea. Or let's say you're a businessman and you have a certain idea on how you can create a particular product. You will write that down. Or let's say you are an entrepreneur and you need to figure out how to market yourself. Or you want to get into a certain course and you have an idea on how the strategy you can use to get into a course. You want to get that stuff written down. This gives you clarity and direction on where to go. Okay, if you just have haphazard ideas in your head, it's only going to take you in 10 different directions. So write out your goals, write out your strategies, write out any ideas and concepts that come up in your mind. Okay, very, very important. So let's say tomorrow is Tuesday, okay, and one of your goals is you're going to basically, let's say you're going to work on marketing something. Let's say you're marketing yourself, I'm just giving an example. Let's say you're a dancer and your goal is, I want to market myself. So you might think of, you might write, I'm going to market myself by maybe, posting something on Facebook, or by going out and networking. Whatever comes up, strategies, ideas, you're going to write it down. How many of you understood what I'm saying when I say scribing? If you understood it, go ahead and write an S on the chat. Scribing is where you're going to write out your goals for the day. You're going to write out any ideas that you want to add in there, any concepts, anything and everything that's going to help you build yourself that comes up in the moment. You're going to write that stuff down so you don't forget it. How many of you understood it? Go ahead and type S for scribing. And if you have any questions, you can ask me right now. Good. Okay, Praveen also understood. Deepa understood. Vishwa understood. Scribing. Okay, obviously. So let's say you're a musician and you have all these ideas come up to you. You don't want it to go to waste. Take a notebook and write this stuff down. A lot of successful people carry the notebook with them wherever they go. I have a tiny one also. I don't know if it's in this room or another one, but I have like a bunch of them that I carry with me. And so whenever I'm in the bus or I'm in a cab and I have this idea, I pick it up and I write it down. I never let the ideas go to waste. Because that idea could be $1 million idea. Okay? Alright. So SAVERS. How many people understood what SAVERS means? Go ahead and say yes in the comments. If you understood what SAVERS means, go ahead and say yes. I'm just going to wait a few seconds till I get yes. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. Okay, so while you guys are writing yes, okay, Tava understood it. How many people else understood it? Good. Okay. Now, I'm just going to conclude a little bit. Your assignment, okay, is one of your assignments or your second assignment is broken into two pieces. One is you're going to write out right now what you can do tomorrow morning, okay, as part of each of these things. For example, let's say you can start with S. You're going to maybe do a 2-minute breathing exercise tomorrow. For A, you're going to write out and read one affirmation that you have, for the week. So that could be something, about your health or wealth or whatever. V, you're going to visualize something, maybe for a minute or two. E, you're going to do something to exercise your body. It could just be jumping jacks. I'm just saying, giving you an example, jumping jacks. R, you're going to read something, maybe an article or a book or chapter on something in your field or in personal development. If you want, I will give you a list of cool books to read for personal development. And S is you're going to write out your goals for the day, the stuff that you need to accomplish before the end of the day. Okay, so your first assignment is for the next few moments, or the first part of your assignment is for the next few moments, just think about what can you do starting tomorrow for the next 7 days, okay, under each of these things. Okay, I gave you an example. Maybe 2-minute breathing, write one affirmation, visualize one thing, do a little jumping jack, maybe read an article or like a page on something personal development wise or in your field, and write out 1 to 3 goals that you want to achieve on that day. Go ahead and just think about it for a few moments, okay, and write it out. In the meantime, while you're writing what your SAVERS will be, I will answer one of these questions. Okay. What's the minimum time allot? Okay, there's no minimum time, maximum time for this. It's something that you personally define. So what I like to do is I like to wake up extremely early by about 4:45 in the morning, and I go through my personal daily ritual or morning ritual, which I will tell you at the end of this video, and wing it. See what's comfortable for you. There is no minimum time, maximum time. Okay, you want me to tell you mine? Okay, can you tell about the affirmation for tomorrow? Whatever affirmation you want. So you could just take one affirmation for this week. It could be something like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have achieved my financial goals, or I'm so happy and grateful now that I have lost so much weight, or I'm in my, sorry, I won't say lost so much weight, I would say now that I'm in my perfect size, or I'm so happy and grateful now that I am this incredible singer. I'm so happy and grateful now that whatever you're trying to achieve, go ahead and write that one affirmation. Okay, and you're going to do it not just for tomorrow, but for the next 7 days. Okay, did you guys understand? Any other questions? Okay, what's the, oh yeah, I already did that one. So no minimum time, wing it, okay? I will tell you guys about my ritual, and I start at 4:45. 4:45. You don't have to start at that time. You could do a small one, just take 10 or 15 minutes of your day and do all of this stuff. Maybe reading might take a little longer. So maybe let's take 20 minutes earlier from your day before you leave for office or your work or whatever. Yeah. Wake up at 5:30, up to you. Do whatever you feel is comfortable for you. Remember, daily habits create success. Your brain will try to make you sleep in. Your brain will try to tell you to do other stuff. But as long as you can see it's just your protective mechanism and you can move past it, you will see a great success. There is no doubt about this. Okay? So, how many of you have written down your SAVERS? What you're going to do for the next 7 days? How many of you have written it? Go ahead and write the letter. Oh, not even letter. Go ahead and say, I have done it. I have done it. Go ahead and type, I have done it. Real quick. And we'll wrap it up. Okay? I have done it. Go ahead and type it in. What is the one thing you're going to do for SAVERS for the next 7 days? Go ahead and type, I have done it. I'll give you another couple of seconds. Even if you've not finished it, but you've started it, you can finish it after our call today. I mean, after our session today. Good. Okay. All right. I'm just going to end with 2 things. One is I'm going to tell you my personal way in which I have my personal morning routine, and I will tell you how you're going to tell us. Good. How you're going to tell us your morning routine, because you're going to have to do it every day for 7 days. Okay. So what I do is that I have a bunch of different things that I do in the morning. The first thing that I do when I get up is I read a particular formula. If you've seen my video on the money formula, is from Think and Grow Rich. I read that formula. That's the very first thing I do when I wake up, and it's a formula on achieving a particular financial goal. So I read that formula, which is something like I will by the end of 2018 have got XYZ amount of finances, that kind of stuff. I read that. It's kind of like an affirmation. Okay, I read that first. That's the very first thing I do. The second thing I do is I do my gratitude. So I take a few moments to simply give thanks, not just for what I have, but also for what will be in the future. Okay, so I'll be like, thank you so much for giving me XYZ, even though it's not happened yet. I'm simply giving thanks in advance because I know eventually I'll manifest it. So I do that also. Immediately after that, I go to brush my teeth. And when I brush my teeth, I have a list of affirmations that I read. These are different from that formula. And this is called My Life Vision. And I read through that list of affirmations while I brush my teeth. Right after that, I do a little bit of stretches. Okay, stretches, not yogic stretches, but just generally move around my body to kind of get the blood running. And then I go to a different room. I get out of my bedroom. I will not stay in my bedroom after that. Okay, I go to a different room, which is this room here, and I read. I will read one chapter or as much of that chapter as I can within 30 minutes. So I take 30 minutes to read a chapter. Okay, once I'm done with that chapter, I will basically go ahead and write out my goals for that day. I write out the goal. Oh, sorry, wait, I forgot something very important. Once before I read, I do a meditation, a mindfulness meditation, which is the core meditation course that I teach. I do that personal meditation every day. I do the mindfulness meditation and I end it with a visualization on this chair. So while I sit here, I visualize myself in my home office in Switzerland. And the way I'm talking about it, it feels like I already have that house, because that's how I feel inside. That I already have that. That's my house in Switzerland, see? So I do that visualization, and then I read 30 minutes, and then after that I write out my goals for the day, and then I start my day. So this whole ordeal takes about 1.5 hours, but that's just how I do it. You guys have complete creative responsibility, creative control on how you guys do it. So your second assignment, the second part of your second assignment is right now, after this live, you're going to post on the group what your savers is going to be. So this will also help other people to do it. Okay, you're going to post in the group one thing you're going to do, SAVERS. Don't worry, it's a family. Don't worry if you're scared to do it. Go ahead and do this every single day. So you're going to just write out now, after this live, you're going to type out my savers is, I'm going to do for S, for A, for V, E, R, S, this. Okay, and then you're going to post it. Every time you post or you complete an assignment, you get points. The more points you get and you accumulate, you basically get some cool stuff. Like you might get like a one-on-one, a personal session, or you might get something cool like an access to a course or some secret information that I might give you. So please go ahead and finish your assignments. That's going to be a second assignment. Okay. Tomorrow I will let you know of your third assignment, because we're going to do an assignment every day. But for now, your second assignment is to post your savers in the group. How many of you understood what your second assignment is? Go ahead and say, I understood. Go ahead and say, I understood. And once you do that, we will wrap it up for today. We've had a good 41-minute session. Okay. I understood. Go ahead and type that out, and then we'll wrap it up. If you guys have any further questions, you're always welcome to personally message me, and we'll discuss it in the next live. Good. Okay, perfect. So I will meet you guys for live again on Monday. Every Monday night, IST 8 p.m. I'm going to be here giving you some coaching. Also, very good, Praveen has posted it also, so the rest of you have to also do it. The second thing is, I will be on the group every single day, every day, okay, posting stuff for you guys to learn and grow. So for today, go ahead and post your savers, and I'm going to monitor who all are doing it and give you guys points and all of that stuff, and then we shall resume tomorrow for the next assignment. So if you are ready to go ahead and do this assignment today, go ahead and type I'm ready. I'm ready. Quickly type I'm ready, and we'll wrap it up with that. I am ready. In French we say je suis prêt. Je suis prête if you're a female. Je suis prêt if you're male. Okay, you posted it in the live. Go ahead and post it on the group. Go ahead and post it on the secret Facebook group. Say my savers is SAVERS. Okay, very good. Okay, awesome. Thank you all. I hope this session was beneficial to you all. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys making this journey together and seeing a success. So go ahead and post it, and I will see you all again for live on Monday, but I will see you posting on the group tomorrow. Okay, thank you all. Have yourself a happy, Merry Christmas and a pleasant night or morning wherever you guys are. Sending you a lot of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.